You're now listening to Straight from the Horse's Mouth podcast.
Give me my motherfucking money. I want my goddamn money. In 24 hours, you better have my money. I got bills and shit. I need medicine. Roof over my head. Con medicine. I need it. I want it. In 99, I caught a case for a rhyme. Rape charge. Could a Klansman's face slashed the stoke with the race card. Lyrically intergalactic. When I arrange the proper leeway between my words. Space bars. Don't make me show you pictures of your daughter's grade school location.
Like that. Welcome to another episode of Straight from the Horse's Mouth podcast. I am 1/3 of your host. You can call me Black, Mr. Black, whatever you feeling, you can call me that. To my right, we got the conscience of the group.
Yeah.
We got Sean P.
Yeah, man.
To
What
my
up?
left, we got the bag man, the hip hop encyclopedia, the money
Put it in
maker.
the bag. Oh.
Lame.
What up, what up?
What's happening, fellas? What's happening? And as the tagline says, we just three dudes talking hip-hop, sports, and life.
Mm-hmm.
And if you would like to be a part of that, whatever you listen to your podcast, you can find us. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on iTunes. We're on Stitcher. We're on Spotify, Podbean, Mixcloud.
We everywhere.
We everywhere. We everywhere. And if you would like to be a part of the conversation, hit us up on our social media platforms. On Facebook, you can find us at Horsemouth. That's Horsemouth. Yes, I said that. Horsemouth.
Yeah.
And on Instagram and Twitter, you can hit us up at SFTHM Podcast. That's SFTHM Podcast. Lane, I had to do the intro early and fast because I needed to know who that was you was playing.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. That was Pharoah Monch. Some
real?
new joint.
Oh, my
Yeah,
goodness.
Just released 2018. So it's called 24 Hours. It's actually featuring Little Fame
Lil
from
Flame.
MOP.
Little Fame.
Yeah, from
Okay.
MOP.
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 Right?
Yeah.
So definitely you gotta hear. Well, the rest of Pharoah Monch verse is dope, but you gotta hear Lil Fame too. So go ahead, download that.
That's what's up.
Play that on Spotify.
That's what's up. That's
dope
what's
joint.
up. That's what's up. Definitely. That's our intro of the day. If you wanna send us some music, you know what I'm saying? If you wanna be a part of, if you wanna do the intro for us, send us some music that you got. You can hit us up at our email at sfthmpodcast@gmail.com. That's sfthmpodcast at gmail.com, and maybe your intro. What you laughing at, P?
That redemption, get to him.
That redemption.
Man, his ass up, boy.
Boy.
I tell you what,
A
you
nigga-
put your money on me.
Ready? Yeah, I'm ready. You can really be a rich nigga, see,
You know what I'm saying? Nah, I do.
that redemption got a nigga sounding like the champ.
What you gonna do to him, champ?
Either I'm sounding like the champ or Al Sharpton. You ever watch Al Sharpton? Oh, man. Gentlemen, a lot of shit going on in the world.
Man.
A lot of shit going on in the world. First and foremost, your boy decided to open up the government. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
After, 35 days?
Right. TSA wasn't playing with him,
TSA
man. TSA like, nah, we sick.
Let me tell you, that's one of the reasons why I was inspired to play that joint, because if you heard the lyrics, it said, I better have my money.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? So I hope when they get back to work, they're not waiting
To get their
Right.
money.
2 3 to get their money. People bills,
Right.
people mortgage, people
Shit is
rent.
real.
And they ain't covering them late
child
fees.
care, you know what I'm
They
saying?
ain't covering them
They got
late
anything
fees.
right now. And the funny thing is, they said that they were saying how, people gonna get their money right away. Then you hear something come out to say, "Oh no, every like division has its own like handling themselves." So you could go if somebody ain't on point, you could be waiting.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I just heard the IRS ain't on
contract-
point.
I also heard.
That's what I would. Go ahead.
Also heard contract employees.
Oh yeah, they
don't get
done.
paid.
They done.
That's fucked up, man.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
fucked
yeah.
Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker of the House. Now this is something that he hasn't had in his first 2 years. He haven't had another branch of government checking his ass. Right. Nancy Pelosi played his ass like chess.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He played his ass like chess. Now some people are saying this though. Some people are saying this. The same time he decided to open the government, now he didn't get the funding for the wall like he wanted,
Right.
and he opened it anyway, so he caved. Some people are saying he did that because on the same day, his boy,
Oh yeah.
his
That's
boy,
got something to do with it.
Roger Stone, got indicted.
That's got something to do with it. What was funny was CNN. I saw the thing. I was at the DMV paying my annual, getting on my annual payment plan for my tickets. I don't know, $1,900 this year. Every year I get on a payment plan. So yeah, this is my from this year. It wasn't that bad. So anyway, I was there, and the headline said that basically that 34 days shutout. Trump gets the same deal he could have signed 34 days ago, something like that. That's just for me, man. I just thought that was
you shut everything down.
yeah for nothing.
Hey,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
nothing. For nothing.
Well,
So
thought you was gonna be this big bad bully.
Right? Nah.
and
Nah.
Nancy
And got shut
Pelosi
down.
just
Yeah.
she just shut his ass down.
I think also what happened was like with the JFK got shut down because the FAA people weren't there. Like now you start with other people who got more money than you, more people that conglomerates that got more money than you. So you're gonna feel that pressure because once the money, because like everybody got somebody to answer to, and once the money gets together and comes against you, you gonna cave because they probably money can do things, man.
Money can do
Talking
things.
about, I know I was listening to Joe Madison, and he had played a clip of the mayor of Atlanta saying that they was gonna fly in other like staff for the airports.
Right,
they
right,
was
right.
really concerned
What you
about
mean?
Monday and the Super Bowl.
Yeah, because the Super
There's
Oh,
Bowl.
a
they're
lot
gonna
of
fly
talks
in for
about
people for TSA.
people to work because I think there was a lot of fear that TSA. There was some talks about TSA maybe people calling out
Striking,
sick.
yeah.
Like
On
that.
Super Bowl
Now-
Sunday,
now,
that would have shut the
on
U.S.
on,
down.
on the Monday when people were going home.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Imagine not being able to fly out. Imagine air traffic controllers not
Yeah.
being able to work.
that would shut it
So
down.
the people did have the power.
His-
You know what I mean? And I know that
Yeah.
it was probably getting to that point that people might have had to do some drastic things
Yeah.
in order to get somebody to listen. So
Right.
Yeah.
And here's another funny thing that we learned about this shutdown is that motherfuckers we don't pay government workers enough. I mean,
Yeah, I learned that.
The fact that they are struggling, they couldn't. Some of them called out because they couldn't afford to get to work.
Every time I think of a government worker, I was like, okay, you start at 70,000, but they're like, some of these government workers only making $11 an hour. I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
I think back in the day, the goal was
What's
to
the-
get into the government.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
our
It was
parents
lifetime-
and stuff
yeah.
like that. You get in, you get this pension. That's what you always thought. But honestly,
But just like every
think of
other,
it just like everybody else in
Yeah.
the United
You know.
States. Majority of people in the United States
Yeah.
could not
Yeah.
survive without a
Yeah.
check in 30 days.
yeah,
30 days?
You know, who has
30
6
days.
months really
Yeah.
worth of like
And
reserve?
just
And
like-
the timing, though,
yes.
Christmas, New
and
Year's.
just like everybody else, wages haven't gone up for government workers either.
Right.
I mean,
right.
everything else has gone
Right,
up, but,
right.
but wages have.
But if you really
yeah.
think like I wasn't thinking until I started like looking at the news. I didn't think of things like childcare. If they're making you go to work and you're not getting paid,
right.
you still got to put your kid in childcare. And
They don't
we
care.
know that childcare is expensive.
Yeah, they not going to. Yeah.
And-
Something like gas. If you driving 20 miles to get in, 25 miles to get in, that little
that's
$45
$100, yeah.
to fill your tank up,
Yeah.
is a lot when you ain't got nothing coming in.
And when you
But
still got to buy
also-
groceries.
So you thinking about little things like that, you think, right, like, it's not just the fact that you can't pay bills. You can't even get around. If your ticket's on E, you might be stuck.
And that don't stop emergencies, the emergencies that you didn't pay for because of the Thanksgiving holiday, the Christmas holiday, your car that needed to be repaired. So now stuff is really falling apart.
But also just the disconnect that his administration have with the average working people.
Did you hear the old boy?
Yeah, he was like, he didn't understand, and I can't remember the gentleman's name.
I can't remember his name either, man.
But he said that he didn't understand why they couldn't get a loan.
Just get a loan.
To sustain themselves.
What's the problem?
And most banks, you know what I'm saying, banks that he go to and banks that he probably run won't lend to people. The only thing they can get is a short payday loan.
Yeah.
But if you're not working, they may not even take you.
He like the commission. He's over money. He's over the money. Like commissary, chief of commissary.
You can't even get a loan if you got a job.
Yes.
Yes. You know how hard it is to get a loan?
Yes. Yeah. He talked about it like,
If you get in your back, you getting money. And I don't know if everyone's going to get, their back money. But if you're a contract worker, you ain't even going to get no check. So now you have another bill on top of everything that's accumulated. Right. And that's for everybody. Right.
And just to be clear, it's the Commerce Secretary. And I'm getting his name right now as we speak. The gentleman, the Commerce Secretary, Wilbur Ross, he pretty much said that he couldn't understand why federal workers couldn't get a loan from the bank. First of all, most banks don't give you like short payday loans.
Exactly. Like you got to go through application process.
You got to go through all that shit.
And on most of the loans take 30 days to close.
Yeah.
And then if you get a payday loan, then if you get, I don't think government workers are even allowed to get payday loans.
I don't know.
Those payday loans are a rip off.
And they're a rip off.
45% interest.
Yeah.
Shit.
They're a rip off. His daughter-in-law, Laura Trump. Go ahead.
It shouldn't even come to that. You shouldn't even be holding American citizens hostage.
Exactly.
Because you could
for this fight that you tried that for a wall that's not effective. That's not gonna work.
With slats in it.
So here's the thing. Here's the origin about the wall, fellas. It wasn't even a real campaign promise. They just wanted him to say that so he can stay on border security or immigration. I'm sorry. That's all that was. So we basically, a tool they used to keep him to remember to talk about, a tool used to get him to remember to talk about immigration is why he shut down the government, because he thought people responded to that.
Yeah.
That's a goddamn shame. That's
your president, man.
That's your man.
That's your man. That's your man.
That's your man. All right, so Redemption. It's the last month of our whiskey of the month.
Yeah.
Redemption.
Last week.
Last week. Redemption got it.
Another horse.
Ready. Yeah. I'm ready. Redemption got me again.
Got him.
So, fellas, we ranked it. We want to see how it ranked at the beginning of the month and at the end of the month.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give I think, this is a whiskey that it was good at the beginning of the month.
Mm-hmm.
It's still just as good. It may even be a little bit better. Mm-hmm. So in the beginning of the month, I think I gave it out of 5 shots. I think I gave it a 3.6. I'm gonna move that up to a 3.8. I mean, it's still smooth. I've had it with various meals throughout the month. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've had it with as I said, with a variety of meals. I've had it with 4 wings and fried rice. I had it with some oxtail. I had it with some soul food, and it always hit the spot. It's a great after work whiskey. A great after work. When you come home from a hard day, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You need a stress reliever or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You put a cube of ice in there, you just drink it
I drink
room
it,
temperature?
I drink it room motherfucking temperature.
That's what I'm talking about.
Straight.
You don't play no games.
Nigga, I got hair on my chest. You think I'm going to put some ice in this motherfucker?
Right.
But all jokes aside, this is a great whiskey to drink when you come home and you need to unwind. Redemption. That's what I got.
Yeah, I would. I'd stay where I was at. I think at 3.5. I think it's definitely I keep Redemption in the crib, so I'm a fan of it. Like you said, this is a nice get home, get a little thing of whiskey.
That's what's up.
Sometimes I drink it neat. Sometimes I throw an ice cube in it, depending on my mood at that.
Do you throw the rest of the
particular day.
NWA in it?
Yeah, I'm staying where I was at.
All right, that's what's up.
All right, Redemption. I just got another bottle from Costco the other day.
My goodness.
Yeah, man. I saw it, so I had to get it. Yeah, I'd say it's the same, or I don't know. I'd say it's even less. I would want something. I don't know. I think I wanted to change up, man. So I'm gonna tell you, I'm being more refined on my points this year, man. So Redemption.
You have always been refined.
Yeah, man.
brother.
You gotta send me another bottle to review, man. Because right now you need to check in with me, like Soulja Boy said. So check in with me. Redemption. I'm saying you got a 3.2.
You still in this flow,
right,
Redemption.
Right, exactly.
Hey, Liam, should we give them a preview of what we're gonna try next month, or should we just let it be a surprise?
Yeah, let's well, we're gonna do Elijah Craig, the small batch.
That sounds a little slavish.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm going to keep on Elijah.
Go get
But
Elijah
as we
Craig.
know, it's all, it seems like all whiskeys are from Kentucky. So it's another Kentucky.
That's the ones I drink.
Bourbon whiskey. So yeah, we'll give y'all a review next week.
That's what's up.
And start off the new month. Right.
What's the name of that joint again?
That's Elijah Craig.
Elijah Craig will be our whiskey of the month for February, Black History Month.
Yeah.
Elijah. That's what's up. Folks, once again, you can hit us up on our social media platforms. If you would love to be a part of the discussion, hit us up.
Most importantly, hit us up on that PayPal.
On
platform.
that PayPal.
Email us some money.
Hit us up on the PayPal. We're going to have all those things up and running. So if you want to, to contribute to the show, you're more than welcome to. What else is going on, gentlemen?
Man.
The Covenant High students and the Native American down at the mall.
Yeah, man.
See, the thing about DC, we get a lot of stuff here.
Yeah, man.
Oh, my goodness.
I just find it funny that he found the oldest Indian. He found the oldest Indian to go get buck with. I mean, they said they had it with the Hebrew Israelites.
Yeah.
Go get one of their face.
So even if those kids were being, I guess, having a verbal confrontation with the Hebrew Israelites, and we've seen those folks before. They always in front of metro stations.
Yeah, and they're
always
big and intimidating.
Yeah. Even if they were, that still doesn't excuse those kids acting like assholes.
Displays anger.
Yeah, it still does not excuse them kids being smug, and this country will do pretty much anything to preserve and protect the innocence of whiteness.
Hey, Trump invited him to the White House.
Yes.
He said, come on. Hey, y'all. Hey, listen, man. I'm sorry.
They got on what was it?
Good Morning to America.
Good Morning America.
He
And
said,
actually, the gentleman, the Native American gentleman, is going to be on there on Monday.
Okay,
Tell
good.
his side.
That's
So
good.
they
That's
all
good.
gonna
All
do that.
afterwards, but go ahead.
But I was thinking more like
Our kids don't get that
where
luxury.
was the the chaperone?
They was there telling them to do the school chant.
Because
I mean-
for my thing, like, kids is stupid, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You got a
can see-
16-year-old.
They gonna do that.
They gonna
got
do
MAGA
some
hats
stuff,
on.
like they
'Cause
gonna
they
do
don't
some
know.
stuff that
Yeah.
you might not necessarily do when you in your 20s and when you in your 30s. So I give them that.
Or in a
But-
I
smaller
don't
group,
give
too.
them that.
Right. But I would say that there was adults there
Yeah. They should have stood in there like, come here, son.
that should have snatched, that should have known better,
And
and you didn't.
And black adults would have done that. If it was a black group, a black person would have
And
done
you know
that.
why
We'd
black
have been,
adults-
We'd have been more protective.
Yeah,
But
like,
you know
thinking
why?
that something
Why
would
we
we
know we got consequences.
Exactly. We don't have that. We don't have the
We'd have been-
same
yeah.
luxury to make mistakes.
Somebody
when we
parents
make
would have to come
mistakes
and get
like
them
that,
from
we become
DYRS.
Yeah. When we make mistakes like that, we become Tamir Rice. We become Michael Brown.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
To give you an example, a couple of middle school girls, 12 years old, were strip searched.
Yeah.
Because the school thought they was acting too giddy.
Right. Too
And they
happy.
thought- too
I
happy.
didn't hear about that.
Yeah. 12-year-old girls in New York.
And one got suspension.
In New York.
One got in-school suspension because she's like, no, I'm not stripping. So they
Yeah.
sent her to in-school suspension. The other ones had to strip down in their underwear
Yeah. They had to strip down to their underwear.
in front of
And
people.
and it just occurred to me, even when we're
somebody's ass.
Dog,
even when
Like
even
literally?
Yes.
like
dog.
when it
my
just
daughter
occurred to me,
stripped down in the school.
even when
And
black
why you wouldn't call the parents first?
black children are not allowed to be happy. It has to be some kind of influence because they're happy.
Dave Chappelle
We-
said that.
You know what I'm saying? We either die or we get strip searched and humiliated.
That's
But
crazy.
when those kids, the Covenant kids, when they act out, because they were saying a few things, they were antagonizing the black
They
Israelites.
took back the apology. Like,
know what I'm
Wilson,
saying?
we
They get invited
apologized
to
too
the White
early.
House.
We
It's-
apologized too early. Remember
Yeah.
that? It's like we didn't know that the black Israelites, the Hebrew Israelites, was messing with
It
them
is
first.
two Americas where black children are not allowed to be children.
Yeah.
Like
'cause-
I remember I put a post. I wasn't a child. I stopped being a child when they killed Optimus Prime. Seriously.
But nah, for real, man. Because like, what I was thinking about, like, like every time you see a black child that has done something, then they think he will be charged as an adult. Like, so why the
Yeah.
hell do you have child,
But check this out.
laws
Check this out.
if they're gonna be charged as an adult?
Exactly.
That's just like, if they're a child, why are you charging them as an adult? I mean,
But check this out. What's the Native American gentleman name? What's his name? Nathan Phillips, if I'm not mistaken. So the media's whole argument is that we should allow those children to be children, right? The media also said that Nathan Phillips had an arrest record. Guess when he had it? When he was 19. So he's not allowed to be a child.
so but you bringing that up.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
your whole narrative is children
Yeah.
should be allowed to be children and make mistakes.
Yeah.
But you're gonna bring his mistake up when he made as
and
a child.
what does that have to do with
Exactly.
Right.
If you're a person of color, you will always
He had a record, but guess what? He was a veteran.
Right.
He's never
Exactly.
been in the armed forces.
Right.
Like
Yes.
the United States.
And the other thing, I was so proud of him, man, because I would have knocked that dude
the
hell
smug
out.
look on that kid's face.
No, like he had the little hammer. He was getting closer as an old man. That was his old man stance. He was getting closer with that little stick, but I'd have knocked the tooth out of his mouth, man. I'm sorry, man. Nah.
All right.
Nah.
So what else is going on in the world, fellas? We got Kamala Harris.
That's my baby.
I'm
glad they don't listen to this show.
Running for president. Kamala Harris announced last week that she was running for president.
Is she single?
No, she's married.
Good,
She's
good.
married.
Because you
She's
can't be
married.
single and be
The
president.
former Attorney General of California. She's from Oakland. Her father's Jamaican. Her mother is Indian.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's kicking off her campaign.
You think we ready for black women to be president?
Man, we ready for Trump. Man, I'm ready. Come on.
I mean,
Now, America might. You asking America or me?
no, right? Like America. I know we are.
P, you can't.
You know what I'm saying?
Just because she's fine.
I'm
P
saying,
don't
she
vote
could
for
be the
she's
president.
fine.
If
like-
you lose,
he
you can
like-
come be the president of my house.
He's like, I'm ready for her. To
We ain't got no breaking news.
She can be
Mrs.
president.
President. Come on, some breaking news. Tell us what you ate today.
Nah, the thing about it, I think she needs to be. It's already starting the misogyny that's going on with her. This one guy that's on Twitter, I don't want to say his name, but he's talking about her hair and
Say
how
his
she's
name.
pandering.
You know who it
Tariq Nasheed.
Is it a black dude or?
Yeah, it's a black dude. He's talking
Here we
about.
go.
He's the type of dude that kind of that talks about that talks really really
They
bad
make
about
you
black
hate
women.
yourself and love their wealth.
Yeah. So he's talking about how he did. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it's bad. He's talking about how she's pandering to black folk. I'm like,
How do you pander to black
to
folks?
me, I'm like, it's about time somebody pander to us.
I mean, she's
I mean,
black.
but yeah.
That's like saying he panders to male. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he thinks that he doesn't really consider her black. Her father's Jamaican, her mother's Indian. She's not really black American or no shit like that. She was born in
But
she
also,
was born in Oakland.
we
She went to
gotta-
Howard University.
But we gotta stop that.
Yeah, we need to step on
We need to-
Tyreek
You know
neck.
what I'm saying? Because
There we
if
go.
if you got a percent of black, you black.
Yeah.
She walked down the street. She's a
And
black
she ain't,
woman.
yeah, they not. That's what I be saying too.
You know what I'm
Like
saying?
white people don't take the time to be dissecting us. They, you black, light skin, dark skin. We. Oh, he light skin or he dark skin or she light.
Honestly,
Like we don't. Mm-mm.
I hate like the difference between like there's race and there's culture.
Right.
Like you could be Jamaican, right? But that's your culture.
Right.
You're black.
Right. Period.
Your race
Period.
is
Because
black.
nobody else taking the time to say, oh no, he's not black. He's Jamaican.
Right.
That's
Nobody
the
doing that.
That's
argument.
where you're from.
So
Yeah.
that's the argument I always use when people, when black folks tell me like, hey, why should I care about immigration and people coming in and the Hispanic? I was like, well, you do realize there are black Hispanic people, right?
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right,
Black
right.
folks are affected by this as well.
Yes. Yes.
Black Dominicans, black Puerto Ricans, black everything.
I just think it's
Yeah.
another way to just continue to divide us up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I mean-
here's the thing. Here's the thing, fellas. For so long, other groups in this country have had politicians pander to them. That's how they get what they want.
Yeah.
You damn right.
It's
I
called
want
being
people to pander
political.
to us.
It's being political,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
Kissing
what
babies, all them
yes.
babies, people don't care about babies, but it's like,
Care
come on.
about my issues
right,
for a change.
Right. I care about the poor people because I know most people are poor,
Exactly.
but they're rich as hell. So yeah, it's all pandering.
So Kamala Harris, I want to make sure I get her name, Kamala Harris. She is running for president. One of the issues that she's going to have, though, fellas, is that she was a prosecutor and she locked up a lot of black people in California. Now, on one hand, I figure
her
like
job,
I
sound
feel
like.
like that's her job. That's her job. On the other hand, there could be some stuff to that. I just want, but we'll.
If she was a doctor, she'd have saved a lot of black people in L.A. too.
Okay, we gonna come back to that on a future episode, but we will keep a lookout. Again, Kamala Harris running for president. We are not endorsing anybody. We haven't endorsed.
Oh, I
anybody
endorse her. Yeah, personally. It's a personal endorsement.
P, the views expressed
Yeah, exactly.
by Sean P does not reflect. So we're gonna talk a little bit about relationship. We're gonna get it started with. There was a conversation of this tape, this video of Nikki Giovanni and James Baldwin having a conversation, and they're talking about how she's talking about specifically how black women really want to be treated. If we can get that queued up.
Yeah. Let me cue it. This is deep.
Yeah. Hold up.
And you will. If you love me and you're going off with Maddie someplace, you're lying to me. Because what the hell do I care about the truth? I care if you're there. When Billie Holiday say, hush now, don't explain.
All right, I accept that.
Of course you lie to me. Because I don't even want to care. What does the truth matter? And why are you going to be truthful with me when you lie to everybody else? You lied when you smiled at that cracker down the job, right? Lie to me. Smile. Treat me the same way you would treat him.
I can't treat
You must. You must. Because I've caught the frowns and the anger. He's happy with you. Of course he doesn't know you're unhappy. You grin at him all day long. You come home and I catch hell because I love you. I get least of you. I get the very minimum. And I'm saying, think it with me. Is that too much of the black woman to ask of the black man?
That's deep.
Yeah.
That's deep. I think what she's saying there is that when you come home, you going out through you dealing with the world, and you fake smiling through the world, and you giving faux happiness to the world, right? You come home, and you dump all that shit on her like she's not a human being, like she's not deserving of love and protection and respect, right?
I don't know.
That's really deep.
Yeah, no, I hear what she's saying, and I think there's a way to do it because, when you're out in the world, right, nobody cares about you, right? You come home,
Right.
you want that to be your sanctuary. You want to be able to, I don't want to say, when I say dump, I mean like talk to your partner. Like in my case, my partner is my best friend, right? So I want to be able to come home and tell her what's going on, but not treat her negative because of what's going on.
Exactly.
Just say this,
Exactly.
kind of, man, my day was shitty because of this and that. But baby, and we still have a great relationship, and I'm still treating her with a certain amount of with respect, straight up and down, and not
But
coming
also-
home and acting like
Right.
you're to blame for it. Or,
Like the world treated me fucked up, so I'm gonna treat y'all fucked
right, I'm
up.
gonna come into the house.
Bitch,
I'ma
did I catch you having dreams and hopes?
or just coming in and saying, yo, I had a fucked up day, so I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna just be cranky as shit, and I'm gonna take out all my anger on you because of what happened.
Right. I think there's a balance, like you said, bro. I honestly think there's a balance where you want to be supportive of your partner. You know what I'm saying? You want to allow an environment where if you're having a bad day, that you can that person, that you both of you can come in and let it out. You know what I'm saying? Not, and when I say let it out, I'm not talking about being violent and cursing and stuff like that. Being like, hey, babe, I had a fucked up day. Let me tell you what happened.
Right.
You know what I'm
We
saying?
can
Vice
do it over.
versa.
So we can do it
Right.
over some redemption.
Exactly,
Right, right.
exactly.
Sit down on the
Redemption.
couch and talk.
Yeah.
But on the real, then after that, you got to man up.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah,
Because some of what she's saying is,
I
and
deserve
sometimes you got to
more.
take that burden.
Yeah.
You can't, whatever you going through,
Yeah.
you got to carry that burden sometimes
Yeah.
to protect your family.
And sometimes
Yeah.
you gotta fight the fight out
Yeah.
there.
Exactly.
And come home with a smile.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
it can't be like James Evans every time. Now I don't want to hear no more Florida
Right,
throwing
right,
chairs
right,
and shit
right,
like
You
right,
know what
that.
I actually do to counteract that though? Because sometimes if I do have a bad day,
It's not
I
redemption.
get a. Well, that's a part of it. I try to get all that out, think what I'm out there, do all that on my drive home.
Right.
Let's do and leave all that in the car. So when I come in, I had a bad, but I'm not stomping in. I'm coming in to have a conversation and say, man. Arella's always at first thing she asked me, "How was your day?"
Right.
And sometimes we talk about it on the phone as I'm driving in.
Yeah.
So she'll say, "How was your day?" And we're talking about it as
So
we're
you
driving in. So that when I get home, it's
Yeah.
gone. And I come in,
And you
I'm
just-
seeing my kids.
Right. You
But
just
I'm
in
happy
daddy
to be
mode.
there.
You ain't got to tell
I'm
them what happened.
But
in
also,
history.
it's very important and vital that you also, as a man, and I'm speaking from a male point of view, as a man, you allow your woman the same courtesy. In order for this shit to work, you gotta give her that opportunity to do the same thing that
Oh
you
yeah,
do.
that's and I'm saying that's the conversation.
Yeah.
How was your day? How was your day? I always ask like I think
Yeah.
you're supposed to find
sometimes-
out what's going on. How
And
was your day?
sometimes the sacrifices we make as men is that we won't get that chance to let our shit out right then and there because it's about her.
Well,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
I mean,
Oh yeah.
or
And we
vice versa.
gotta be okay with that.
Yeah. I think
Or
it's-
vice
yeah.
versa, like
Or
you
vice-
said. But especially as men, I mean, because I hate to say it. I mean, I'm not that big on patriarchy, but a lot of times your household takes the cue on how you live your life, right? You know what I'm saying? If you live your life where you come in and there's a lot of shouting and screaming and stuff like that, that's how shit is gonna be resolved.
Right.
But if you live your life like, hey, I got a little bit of privilege. I'm gonna use my platform to let her get her shit out. I'm gonna get my shit out, and I got to be mindful that sometimes I'm not gonna be able to get my shit out, and I'd have to make that sacrifice to keep a happy home.
Right. So I had a couple different emotions. Like
Go ahead, bro.
The first time I heard it, I thought, yeah, she's exactly right. You know, like that, I think that it is true that women deserve, like, to be treated just as nice as you're treating a stranger.
Right.
But I think also that's like a perfect world kind of thought, because it's natural for you to be more natural around people who you're comfortable with. So like, if you're comfortable with your spouse, you don't have to put up that front of, hey, how you doing? Because I'm not worried about my spouse thinking,
Right.
oh, Sean's having a bad attitude, I'm going to get rid of him, and now he's not going to have any employment, no job,
You think that?
You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, so that
But I
way,
get you, I
so
get
you're saying, like, at that point, you're thinking, like, my livelihood is on the line, so I need to smile a little bit more, and maybe that smile is making me come home with a little bit more attitude. So then I felt, that, that my second thought was that, that's a perfect world, so you have to kind of expect that it's going to be some dumping. But then the third thought came into mind where I was thinking like, but again, you do deserve at least at times to suck it up. And also when Khalid was talking, I was thinking just expressing yourself like, yo, I had a bad day.
Right.
That camaraderie, because people.
It's bonding.
Yeah, it's exactly, because they can understand. I've had a bad day too, so I know how that feels, and I know that you may not feel the best when you come home. So instead of you just coming home with a bad attitude, you've already expressed why it happens. But then I also thought about.
I think the
it's
sacrifice.
Also not about, right. You're gonna come home and be like, right here, I don't have to be smiling, but I think you owe it to your family not to beat anybody up.
Exactly.
So you don't come in and say, well,
and take all that shit out.
Like, I'm not taking it out on you because I had a bad day. I'm expressing I had a bad day, even if I'm expressing it because I'm raising my voice. I'm not raising it at you.
Right.
And
this motherfucker right here gonna talk about
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, I'm gonna scream on him, and that also creates that we have to make you calm down. It's just not about taking it, I think, out on that person.
Yeah, I think Nikki Giovanni, she's right. I mean, sometimes I don't I could be mad as a motherfucker at what happened to me at work. What happened? Because the work that we do, we get a lot of shit that dumped on us, and I could be mad as a motherfucker. Sometimes I won't even tell Marcy how I'm mad about something because I don't want her to feel bad.
Nah.
Don't get me wrong. There are times where I can get it out and stuff like that. I do get it out, but I don't bring all that shit. I don't bring all that sewer shit home with me.
I'm the type to. I may not do it at that moment.
At that moment, no.
I think there will be a time I say, man, you know what happened 3 days ago?
Yes.
Also because I'm ready to talk about it in a way.
Exactly. Where it's not damaging to her.
I can't hold it, man.
Because I want to come in and maybe I don't want to think about it and I just want to have a great night.
Right.
Great whatever.
I can't.
I'm ready to
that's my peace.
How do you do that? How do you have a great night if you just got into it at your job or whatever?
I don't know.
I can't put that aside. I got to deal with it, process it, and then once I even talk about it, it's gone. Like I can just talk. I don't even have to resolve it. I can just talk about it. It's gone. But
you know why though? I think I'm the type of person. Certain things don't necessarily bother me.
Right.
Like if I'm not passionate about something.
Right. I learned
it doesn't really stay with me that long. Like I don't let a lot of stuff necessarily get to me.
But work stuff always is me. I'm passionate about all.
I'm passionate about the work stuff, and I get situations where. My job, there's a teenager, a young person being trafficked, and I'm trying to help this person get connected to services and stuff like that. And that shit stays with you. Sometimes I don't want to bring that shit home to my family.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? My family is something
That's
different.
the part of the work that I think I'm passionate about.
Yeah.
Sometimes what don't bother me is sometimes the interaction with people. I just feel like, I don't care enough about you.
Yeah.
To let you mess up my spirit and bring that into my house.
But see, here's the thing. Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I think some of the stuff that like the work where I'm trying to help somebody and I'm getting certain roadblocks because of the system.
Right.
Yeah.
That pisses me off.
Right.
That, but also, I know for me, what makes me effective with my job, getting a little emotional right now, is the empathy that we have to have. And I can't, I'm human. I can't just turn that shit off and on. I'm not that jaded. I'm not saying anybody here is jaded or, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes to that, sometimes I wear my emotions on my sleeve.
Right.
And I think it makes me effective at doing the job that I do. And sometimes I don't, and sometimes now, as I've gotten older, I still have access to those emotions. I learned how to get it off of me before I come into my home.
I think you can't be in this job without empathy. If you got just sympathy, that ain't gonna work because sympathy runs out. Well, sorry for you. But empathy, when you feel that junk, like that's what keeps everybody going, man. Yeah. Like when you see somebody like I'm gonna get put out at the end of the month. I don't know what I'm gonna do. That'll make you sit there with them and make them phone calls with them instead of saying like, "Well, here's the housing list. Good luck." But but like if you see that, you like, let me call these people with you. And then what the heartbreak is when you call the housing people and you get the voicemail. or you get the, how old are they? Or how many kids they got? Oh, they don't have no kids. They're male.
Now,
send them to a shelter.
Speaking of kids, we let's talk a little bit about the kids and about the time where before we've had kids.
Oh yeah,
and after we had kids.
Yeah.
So, P, what did you say earlier? This came.
This came from a conversation.
Yeah,
that
man.
P
I was talking about, man, like well, I'm gonna just also introduce that my mantra for this year is be slow to judge, be quick to act, but don't react. So that's my whole thing.
Now, do you understand why I call him the conscience of the group?
Nah, man, because it's like, so it's just taking that. So like,
say that one more time, bro.
Be slow to judge, be quick to act, but don't react.
Okay.
Because so like,
I think P a thinker. Bro.
Yeah, so like, so man,
you gonna ask him about that next month.
I know,
right.
P,
how's that working for you,
man? Yeah, it really.
Hey, man.
Hey, listen, man. It's a goal of mine. I ain't saying
neck bones, football.
But it really does. It calms me down because I get anxious really quickly, man. So it calms me down just to be thinking like be slow to act. But anyway, get back to the thing what we were talking about. So I was just thinking about, because like I used to ride around and look at people, like I would see people going to daycare with their kids and they'd be on their cell phone. I'm like, man, like, why are you on your cell phone? And you could be spending this time with your kids. You could be interacting with them, telling them how great that day going to be. And I'm like, man, why are you, that's terrible, man. Like, you ain't spending no time.
So you wasn't slow to judge.
I was judging I didn't even ask them, like, how much time did you spend with your kid? I'm just looking at a snapshot 5 seconds of their life, and I done put a whole picture on them like, he don't spend no time with his kids. He's just sitting on his cell phone, not knowing if he just got on the phone or not. But you know what I'm saying? So I say that, but then like, now I understand it. Maybe that's the only time you can talk, because maybe when you're at home, you got more than one kid, so you always feeding or changing or doing something for the kids. So this is your only time to be on the phone. The other thing was like, I'm gonna hold off on the other one. That was the off-air comment, so I'm just hold off. I ain't had enough redemption to say the other one. But yeah,
I think for me was when I saw people how they handled their kids. It seemed like they were a little rough,
especially doctors. Doctors don't care, man.
And now I understand. Kids do not stand there just like the practice dummies that they give you in fatherhood training.
Put pants on the baby and see how
they don't
Let me find out.
And guess
what you did to Langston this week?
I ain't.
Broke his arm.
I stretched that little.
I had to get the shirt on.
Another thing is, I before kids, I couldn't understand how people dealt with all the bodily fluids. Like I couldn't understand that. Now I'm cleaning snot out of his nose.
Right.
I'm changing diapers.
Right.
I don't give a fuck.
And doo-doo get on you, pee get on you. My son was peeing. I'm blocking the pee with my hand. So I'm catching pee. Is that what's going on? All right, okay.
It's like, wow, man.
I'm catching pee with my hand, but
I'm just gonna let the baby slob in my mouth. I'm holding him upside down towards my face, and he just slob in my mouth.
Anything else, you've been throwing it across the room. Like, what the fuck?
Like, I couldn't stand kids. I could not stand kids. I thought they were just in the way. They sticky.
I used to like kids. I used to like kids beforehand.
I couldn't. And I never thought I could love anybody as much. Like, before kids, I never thought I could love anybody as much as I do after kids. It opened... I'm just not the same person.
I be staring at my pictures of Hayes. I be looking at the pictures of him, man, like just be looking and smiling like a little punk, man.
But I was
saying
the funny thing is how I was doing it today. Like, like you get real silly with kids.
Yeah.
Oh
so
man.
I'm there.
And
I'm singing a Valentina, and I'm doing it, and I'm not that type of person. Like, and I'm singing all type of songs. I'm changing my voice, and I'm doing all type of like.
We saw it when we was over his house. Leave us the straight, serious motherfucking a borderline intimidating ass nigga.
Until he get around them kids.
You know what I'm saying? He get around of the
You
kids'
start melting.
I mean, for real. I mean, if that's the thing that kids
I
make
could
you
have
do.
sworn
Yeah.
bubbles just came out.
Yeah. That nigga just melted.
I
He
know.
wasn't, he wasn't tough no more.
You know what I'm saying?
Let Lincoln come in the room.
Right, I'm telling you, that's the thing that I was just laughing. Like, if someone came down and was watching me, they probably be like, they wouldn't think that I would be that tight.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
I
And
still
I
don't.
agree with the bodily fluids thing, because I've had incidences like with Morgan one time. She was sick, right? And I'm in the room. I'm
Jack
about,
your spit up.
I'm about right. She vomited. It's her birthday. I got in my arms, she vomited, and I can't move because I'm in this chair that's sunken way down, right? So I'm sitting there, I'm waiting, and everybody's downstairs. So I gotta wait till someone come. I got her in my hand, I got vomit
And you just
in
chilling.
my hand, and I'm just like not disgusted by it.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like nothing that your kids do at this age.
Right.
At this age, I mean,
Disgust you.
Yeah, I was kind of prepared with the dog, which, by the way, I had to put it down last Friday. Yeah,
Oh,
she's
man.
not
What's
with
the
us.
dog's
I
name
tell
again?
y'all, Coel, man.
rest in peace,
How
Coel.
do I
Say
Get
Oh,
the-
yeah, man.
Get a little
Yeah, we're going to
toast.
pour one out for Coel, man.
Coel.
Yeah, man.
She in that boneyard in the sky.
Yeah, man. Taking a long dirt nap. Bless your heart, baby.
Bless your heart.
Yeah, man, she was with me, man. I cried when I went to the vet, man, to put her down. But anyway, where was we at?
That's all right.
Oh,
That's
yeah. So I
Used to picking up shit.
Yeah. Because I used to pick up dog doo-doo with bags, and sometimes the bags would have a hole in it. I was like, okay, so now I know what it feels like to be a parent. Because, like, yeah, it's just on you. Once it's on you.
It's just on you.
But the other thing was, like, I be making up little songs.
I ain't going that far, nigga.
Yeah, man. Shoot, once the doodle
Picking up
on you.
dog shit.
I wish I knew that before I shot him. When I first met him.
Man.
Yeah, but so what I'm about to say is, like, I done made up so many songs, man. I'm gonna have to record some of them songs, man. Some of them be like on point, man. I'll be one of my favorite songs. Is this your arms? Is this your legs? Is this your stomach? Is this your head? Anyway, man, when I rub his head,
What
he
about
start
Baby
laughing.
Does
Shark?
everybody know the Baby Shark?
Oh, yeah.
Yo,
Doop,
the
doop,
cutest
doop.
thing, Lincoln loves that, right?
Yeah.
Yo, now, if I sing it,
Yeah.
she can do all of the moves.
For real.
Like, she can do all the
Is
shots.
that because you said Christmas time, right? Didn't
Well,
she learn
Christmas, my niece, I
Yeah.
never heard of it before. My niece started doing it with her.
it? Yeah.
Then I started doing it. Like, then now my whole family, everyone's doing it. And every time she comes, she goes like, do, 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 do.
do.
That's how she starts it off. The Baby Shark, and then that's
Oh,
her cue.
fuck
So then I
Baby
start doing it.
Shark.
And now I'm
That is
singing
number
it, and
30
she's
on the
doing it.
Billboard charts.
Yo.
Killing.
And if you go to YouTube and watch videos of it, all the kids have the same reaction.
Yeah.
Like, right, running around
Light
trying
up.
to do it. Like,
Yeah.
yo.
We're gonna have to get one, man. We're gonna get a horse mouth a horse song.
Horse's mouth.
We
We
gonna
gotta
do
make
something,
some money
man.
up in here.
All right. Well, that's our show for this week. Once again, if you like to chime in,
Ready?
ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
That's our show for the week. Once again, you've been listening to Straight from the Horse's Mouth podcast. You can hit us up on our social media platforms, Facebook at Horse Mouth, Instagram and Twitter at SFTHM Podcast, SFTHM Podcast. Once again, I am S Black for Sean P. For Lean.
Yeah.
You've been listening to Straight from the Horse's Mouth podcast. Peace.
Step into the mind of a samurai soldier. Step into the mind when it's sword swipes. Step into the mind when the eyes focus. And then you start to notice. Listen.
Always caught up in some JOBS, fucking up my day because I gotta go and see stress. 7 hours of $50 of freedom really isn't cutting it. Got shit to cop, if I'm not, then it's problem sin. This grave shit feeling like a standstill slave shit. Wanna leave, but that's where my life lives. Because without it, I stay running in place. If I didn't, I'd probably run up with a mask on my face. I love money, one collected off in interest. Not sweating miles for it just to gain some inches. Visions of my goals of my career, I can feel it very near, so it's crystal clear. Worldwide, forever chilling in your ear. Make the money, but don't ever let the money make you. Cause when the money starts to make, it's too late. It seems safe until you see break. Make the money, but don't ever let the money make you. Cause when the money starts to make, it's too late. It seems safe until you see break.
Yeah. The time you young runs out, yeah. Don't let that money make you. Make that money. Take that money. And you put it in your pocket.
I'm doing backflips, trying to get my green to the level where it flows like the Amazon. See where I'm going, gone. Off the deep end, spaced out. My reputation getting blacker than a rain cloud. Show me 7, maybe 8. I'm feeling like I'm earning my title. I'm always late. Some money get the papes. Spend it on some whack shit. See me like I'm seeing you, buddy. We on a battleship. Rapping for the kicks and the glamour. Hoes hoping it's a payday. I'm making restitution with myself, so it's a new day. I used to hope and pray the world would get better. After 21 years, I learned it won't unless you let it. Ladies spread the temptation of the moment. They all animals. They laughing if you don't hit. Life lesson never learned. Real talk, Usher said you gotta let it burn. You gotta let it burn.
And that's the best advice I can give you young ass niggas out there. Cause all you niggas got it backwards, goddammit. Except that nigga non-stop. Best nigga alive.
The views on Straight from the Horse's Mouth podcast do not represent any of our advertisers unless they like it.